You're welcome. In this lesson, we are going to explore the different roles that make up a tech team. Just like a football team has forwards, midfielders, defenders, and a goalkeeper, tech teams have specialized roles. And by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify these tech roles and understand how they work together to build amazing software. So now let's dive in. It is expected that by the end of this lesson, you're able to identify the four main tech roles in a software team, which consists of the front end, the back end, the QA, and the DevOps. You'll be able to explain what each role does, understand how these roles collaborate to build and maintain software, and give examples of each role's work in real-world software or okay. So for the front end development, the front-end development engineers are responsible for building what users see and interact with. So they are like the face of a product. They build everything the user sees on the screen. The colors, the buttons, the menus, fonts, and more. If you open a website or app and click something, the front-end team make that experience smooth and visually appealing. They mainly use the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript programming language to build the front end. Think of them as the artists of the tech team. Okay, now I want to ask, what do you think the front end developers worked on when you open a website or an app you love? Can you share with me in the comments? I would love to hear from you. Now let's see what the back-end team are responsible for. The back-end developers or team handle what happens behind the scenes. They are like the engines behind the product. While the front end is what you see, the back end makes sure everything works correctly behind the scenes. For example, when you log into a website, the back end checks your username and password and fetches your data. They work with servers, databases, and APIs. And they use languages like Python, Java, or Node.js to design the back end of a software or application. Think of them as the engineers making the product functional. Now, I want to ask you, when you add items to a shopping cart online, what team makes sure that your cart updates correctly? Can you share with me in the comments? Okay, now let's discover what the QA does. So the quality assurance, otherwise called the QA testers, they are responsible for testing the software to find bugs or errors. They ensure the products work as expected, and they use manual and automated testing tools to check these. QA testers are like the detectives of a tech team. They carefully test softwares to make sure everything works and there are no surprises for users. They check buttons, forms, and features to catch errors or bugs before the product goes live. The QA team is crucial because even the best front end or back end code can fail if it is not tested properly. Now, Have you ever used an app that crashed or had bugs? If you have, share with me in the comments. And please note it is the QA's job to prevent such from occurring. Now let's discover what the DevOps team are responsible for. DevOps, they are like bridges, they are like bridge builders between the development and the operations. They make sure code from the front end and the back end developers gets safely deployed to servers and runs reliably. They also automate processes, monitor system health, and fix problems quickly. Without the DevOps team, even great software might struggle to run efficiently. Now, have you ever waited for an app update that didn't work? DevOps make sure updates happen smoothly. They ensure software runs smoothly, they bridge development and operations, and they automate deployment and monitor systems. So how do the teams work together? All these roles work together like a well-oiled machine. The front end and the back end build the product, the QA tests it, then the DevOps deploys it and keeps it running. In tech team, collaboration is key. Each role depends on the other. You can think of it like building a house. The front end is the paint and decor. The back end is the plumbing and electricity. The QA inspects the house, and DevOps ensures the doors and windows work smoothly every day. So we've come to the end of this lesson, and here are the key takeaways. The front end are responsible for what users see. The back end are responsible behind the scenes logic. The QA tests and prevents bugs. And the DevOps are responsible for the deployment and reliability. Do you have any question? Okay, thank you for learning with Pesam IQ Tech Academy.